Powersports, TractorPowersports.net. Today we're bringing you a RZR 200. We're doing a little fun with this guy. We're doing an internal ECM Tune. With this machine, that's going to give you 30% more horsepower, about 7 mile an hour faster on the speed side. With the internal tune kit, that's going to change your fuel injection hit points, which is going to change the choppiness of the idle, things like that also. Along with this kit, not only are we just doing the tune, but we're also adding a big gun exhaust to it. We do recommend if you are going to just put an exhaust on, you at least need some type of tuner on the machine just to help with the fuel hit points on it. With this Evo kit, what you're going to get is the muffler, you're going to get the head pipe, the mid pipe, and then also if you do need anything for like running in the woods and stuff, you're actually going to get your silencer screens and stuff. So with this, there's 2 sets that you can run. This screen is going to have a spacer, unless if you're going to run the baffler. So you would end up just pulling these 4 Allens here. When this comes out, you're going to put your screen, face it in this way. It's not going to set this way, so the screen would set in and then the washer would set into place. If you are not going to run the washer, that's where this guy is going to set in, and then your screen will set on top of that. It'll come with all brand new springs, so everything that you're going to need to install the big gun kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this current muffler off. I will get the new one installed on the machine, and then I'll fire it up and let you guys listen to it. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us from there, and we'll be happy to answer them. All right, guys, so in the process of pulling off the current muffler, so only thing that you are going to need is a spring puller, 13 millimeter wrench, 13 millimeter socket on a ratchet. You're going to have the nut, bolt, and a washer that's going to hold the muffler up to the top mount. Then you're going to have 2 nuts that's going to be out from the head. And then you are going to have the O2 sensor, so make sure that you get that unplugged. I didn't pull the mid pipe away from this. I'm actually just doing it in one section, so after this is loose, current one will be able to just drop down, and then it'll come right out. And then we're going to set this guy to the side. Now, one thing is making sure that with your new exhaust, wearing gloves is a pretty crucial thing, so you don't have all of the oils and everything all over your brand new muffler. If you fire it up, say you have oil residue, things like that, it will kind of burn that into the exhaust. So one thing that I like to do is always wear gloves, and then after I get it installed, I like to rub them down with alcohol or something on that lines to clean up all of the oil substance that they come pre-oiled down from the factories, and that prevents them from corroding, things like that, depending on how long that they set on the shelf. So next step that we're going to do is go ahead and get some of this stuff transitioned over. We're going to have to get the O2 sensor out. With the big gun exhaust inside the bung, it comes with a plug. So the reason why they do this is sometimes if you want to put an override kit in here that eliminates the O2 sensor, so already come with a plug, which is a nice thing. I'm actually going to continue running the O2 sensor in here versus do the override kit. If you guys do decide that you want an override kit, let me know. I do sell those. We build them here. But this one, we're going to keep the O2 sensor in as customer requested that. So we're going to keep the O2 sensor there. So we'll get the bung plug out, we'll get the O2 sensor in here, and then we'll start getting this kit installed. Once we get it back on, again, we'll continue going through a process. So anytime you guys have any questions, please reach out. Thank you. All right, guys, so we're going to just do a recap of exactly where we're at. After getting the head pipe, the mid pipe, and the muffler installed, they actually send you 5 springs You're going to need one spring on each side going from the head pipe to the mid pipe, one spring that goes from the mid pipe to the muffler, and then you're going to pull your O2 sensor out and install it into the new head pipe. Again, if you are going to run the O2 delete, then what you're going to run on there, just keep the bung inside there. Make sure that you just double check the torque on that. Once this stuff is installed, you're not going to take the heat shield off from the original exhaust. This is how the new exhaust system is designed. One thing that I do like to do though, on the bolt that holds the muffler onto the frame, get yourself a high heat temp O-ring, and when your bolt goes through, you're going to put that O-ring on the back side going in between the muffler to the frame. What that's going to do, just like on the original one, it has a collar, and what that's going to do is it's going to prevent vibration and, you know, kind of an unorthodox noise. It might not happen right away, but as it breaks in and stuff, these things will start making a little chirping, a little squeak and stuff like that. So you get a high temp O-ring, put it in between there, and once you torque it down, that'll prevent you know, unusual noises or noises down the road. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get this back on, loosely install all of your bolts, get everything preset, and then you're going to go back through and we will torque the head bolts down, which are going to be two 13mm nuts going onto your studs. Then we'll torque down the 13mm nut and bolt. Up top here, we'll get the O2 sensor plugged back in and the zip tie back on to the harness, so all that stuff will be routed correctly. Then we'll get everything wiped down on it. We'll get the screen installed on there, and then we'll get this thing fired up and we'll go from there. So we'll be back with you once we get everything installed. Alright guys, so we have the exhaust installed, everything's wrapped up. So we're going to go ahead and do a run on this machine and make sure that everything runs fine, there's no air leaks anywhere. So let's fire it up and see how it sounds.